What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Lovers, where we talk all things sports. I am your host, Grant Sullivan, and today's video, we're going to go ahead and predict all of the games for this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as it is the last weekend of the NBA regular season. A lot to discuss between potential play-ins. Pels clinched a play-in tournament last weekend, at least a play-in. So did the Hawks last night as well. We're going to break down everything, every game, go through and predict every single game this weekend. There are a ton of games to predict this weekend. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of the latest videos. It's going to be a close weekend between 4 teams in the West, and we'll talk about those 4 teams at the end of this video as well. But the first game on Friday is the Houston Rockets going into the Charlotte Hornets, and I'm going to take Charlotte here. Houston has been on fire lately. I think they've won like 2 or 3 straight. But in the end, it doesn't matter, and Charlotte needs that victory if they want a play-in spot as well. I believe they secured a play-in spot, though. They need that win to keep it going, though. Keep pace with the other teams in the East. I'm going to take Charlotte at home here on Friday night. Moving on, you got Detroit and Indiana. I'm going to take Indiana. Detroit's not that great. They haven't been great all season. Hopefully, they'll probably most likely get a top 10 draft pick this year again. So they'll get 2 really young superstars in the making to coincide with their group. But I believe Indiana gets the dub at home, as Indiana needs this dub as well. Moving on is Washington and Miami. And this is the first game I'm going to take the road team in. I'm going to take Miami here. Washington is not the better team in this one. Miami needs this. I think they've already clinched the Southeast Division, I want to say. It's between Miami and Atlanta, though, and the Hawks have been struggling recently. I got Miami here on the road, and I think they will clinch the division soon as well. Moving on is Philly and Atlanta. Speaking of the Hawks, I've got Philly at home, or on the road in Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta beating Philly. Philly's one of those elite teams in the Eastern Conference. Top 4 always. I'm taking Philly here. Joel Embiid's been hot recently. I'm going to take Philly in this road matchup against Atlanta. Moving on is Toronto and Boston. I'm going to take the Boston Celtics here. The Bucks have clinched the number 1 seed in the West, or in the East rather. Nuggets clinched it in the West. I'm going to take Boston here. They're not going to let off. Obviously, they've already done what they need to do, but I'm still going to take Boston as they're the better team, and they're playing at home against the Toronto Raptors as well. Moving on, you got Memphis and Orlando and Brooklyn. We'll get into that Memphis-Milwaukee game in a second. You got Orlando and Brooklyn. This one's tough for me. I think Orlando has won one game, I want to say, but I'm going to go ahead and take Brooklyn at home again. They've been finding their footing without Kyrie, KD, without that group. I expect that to continue as they go into the postseason. I think they're in the postseason. I'll have to double check on that as well. But I'm pretty sure Brooklyn would be in at least the play-in tournament, I want to say. But I'm taking Brooklyn at home regardless of all of that. Moving on, the matchup of the night is Memphis and Milwaukee. This is going to be a close battle of 2 seed. I want to say 2 seed in the West versus the 1 seed in the East. I'm going to go Milwaukee here at home. Milwaukee's just the better team all around. They've got Giannis. They've got Chris Middleton still. They're going to rest their key guys for the playoffs, though. I'm still taking Milwaukee here at home against the Grizz. The Grizz also lost to the Pelicans this past night. It's Thursday night for me, so they lost last night, which was a thriller of a game to watch. It went into overtime. We should have won that game, but regardless, I'm taking Miami at home. Moving on, you do have New Orleans, who is playing host to the New York Knicks, and I'm going to take the Pelicans. They just won at home. They've won 2 out of 3 at home so far, so hopefully we can get this last W at home for the homestand. Knicks clinched a playoff, so maybe they'll rest some of their guys. We clinched play-in. David Griffin did have an update on Zion Williamson. We'll get into that at the end of the video as well. A couple things at the end of the video there for you guys, so stick around for those as well. We'll get into that, but I'm going to take New Orleans at home. They've been hot at home. B.I.'s been killing it right now. B.I., Herb Jones, and Trey Murphy, that duo has been hot recently. I expect the Pelicans to do the same thing that they did against Memphis and take the dub at home on Friday night. And it is also fan appreciation night, so if you can, go out and go watch the New Orleans Pelicans play, which I can't, but I'm going to watch the game from home. 7 o'clock tip. Let's get it. Number one, we need that win to keep in the play-in if we don't want to play in berth in the West. But if we do, I'll take it. We'll probably get an 8 or 7 seed regardless. That's all. Moving on is Chicago going into Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas here. Dallas has won. They just beat the Kings last night. And I'm going to take Dallas here again to beat the Chicago Bulls at home. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that the Mavs are going to get the dub at home. Moving on is Golden State and Sacramento. This is going to be a heck of a game to watch. The Warriors need a win. Sacramento clinch the Pacific Division. I expect the Warriors to get the dub on the road in Sacramento. I just think Steph Curry and Clay and Jordan Poole are going to start finding their rhythm again. Expect nothing less from the Golden State Warriors. 3-ball every time. Moving on, the final game on Friday. 3 games on Saturday and then a ton of games on Sunday. I am going to go with LA hosting the Phoenix Suns, and I'm going to take LA here. LA's been hot. Again, they just lost to the Clippers, though, last night, so that could be a factor. But I'm going to take the Los Angeles Lakers right here. You heard it, sadly. I need the Suns to beat them, though, for the Pelicans potentially getting that 6th seed. So I need them to lose their 2 games. The Lakers need to lose their 2 upcoming games if the Pels want that 6th seed as well. Moving on to the Saturday games. 3 Saturday games. Denver and Utah. That's going to be a good game. Walker Kessler for Utah has been hot recently. I only know that because I'm an Auburn fan. Walker Kessler's been hot, and I'm going to take Walker Kessler and the Jazz to beat the number 1 team. I think they're going to rest most of their players for the playoffs this week. I'm going to take the Utah Jazz just for that reason. Utah Jazz get the dub at home. Moving on is Minnesota and San Antonio. I'm going to take the T-Wolves here. They're going to get a win before they lose to the Pelicans on Sunday night. Again, there you have it. Calling it now. 1 prediction already down. We'll talk about why coming up soon as well. But I'm going to take the Minnesota T-Wolves to get the dub and then lose to the Pels. But the final game on Saturday is the Portland Trail Blazers and the Clippers. I need the Blazers to win. I'm picking Dame and the Blazers. Dame, you better not let me down here. I am picking the Portland Trail Blazers to beat the LA Clippers for seeding-wise for the New Orleans Pelicans as well. May tag Dame in this video, by the way. So, Dame, if you're watching this, subscribe. Moving on to the Sunday games. There are a lot of Sunday games. Last day of the regular season. We'll start with Atlanta and Boston. Final regular season game for the Hawks. They're on national TV at 12 o'clock on ESPN. I'm going to go with Boston here. Again, it shouldn't be a problem for Boston. Atlanta should struggle in Boston. I'm going to take Boston here at home. Moving on is Philly and Brooklyn. I'm going to take Philly on the road. I'm just running through these real quick. Charlotte and Cleveland. I'm going to take Cleveland here because Cleveland is the better team here. And then Orlando, Miami, Battle of the Floridians. I'm going to take the Miami Heat at home. Again, they need that pace to keep pace. I believe they're first in the Southwest Division, or Southeast Division, but I'm not sure. Have to check on that later. Pacers and New York. That's going to be a tough game to pick. I'm going to take the New York Knicks on that one. Milwaukee, Toronto. Obviously, Milwaukee's the better team here. What do you expect from that? Houston and Washington. I'm going to go Rockets here on the road just because I think Jabari Smith will get a win in his final game as a rookie in the NBA. So next year he won't be a rookie. Hopefully I'll have his jersey by the end of the summer. Keep an eye out for that as well. Detroit and Chicago. Chicago's the better team. Gotta go Chicago. That's why I'm saying that. Dallas, San Antonio. Dallas is the better team here. I like Dallas at home against the Spurs. Here, New Orleans and Minnesota. I'm going New Orleans, and I'll tell you why. Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy have all been hot offensively. Larry Nance plays really, really tough in critical games as well. We saw this last night. He played really good. We just cannot blow this game like we almost did last night against the Grizz. And we just have to find our way to victory, which I think we will do on the road. Going to be a struggle, though. I got the Pels in a close one in Minnesota. Moving on is Memphis and OKC. I'm going to go Memphis. They're the better team here. Sacramento and Denver at 2:30. I'm going to take Denver. It's going to be a great Pacific battle, but I'm going to take Denver. Lakers and Utah. I'm going to take Lakers here just because I think they will win, sadly. I don't want them to, though. You look out for Utah, but I'm going to take the Lakers here. LA and Phoenix. I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns here at home. And then the final game of the regular season at 2:30, Golden State and Portland. I'm going to take Golden State here. Steph and the boys will get it done in their final regular season game. But that is going to be all for my NBA weekend picks. This video is really long. A lot of picks to go over this weekend. Let me know what you thought of the picks in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.